listening to Achtung Millwall, broadcasting from the beautiful South Birmingham. Accept no substitute.
Welcome, dear listeners. Welcome to Achtung Grassroots. Joining me is my fellow ground hopper, Mr. Harry Warren.
Good afternoon, Nick.
Welcome to the Victoria Road, or as it's called now, the Chigwell Construction Stadium, for the visit of Aldershot to Dagenham and Redbridge. Last time I came here, it was 10 years ago. It was the FA Cup, and I think we beat them over 2 games. Was it a draw here? Memory serves?
I can't remember. I didn't make that one. I think I was working it. So you were in that stand away to our right.
Yeah, that's not the best stand in the ground. It's like a decent away end, dear listeners. They've rebuilt a side stand here, because I don't remember that Carling stand being in the same way, Harry, but I do remember the side terracing where we're standing. Wait, this is old school.
This is old school. The stand opposite us is because they have been they're in a partnership with West Ham United Football Club, and their women play here. Yeah. I think they've pumped money into the pitch as well. Yep. So their commercial department seems to be decent. Obviously drops out the Football League through financial reasons more than just playing reasons, but yeah, they seem to be on the up, I suppose.
American ownership, I was just reading before I came back from home to get down here. Quite local for us both, H, but yeah, somehow plays we've both shunned in the course of our non-league coverage this season.
Well, there's a reason for that, isn't there?
There's the claret and blue I'm seeing everywhere.
It does give you a bit of taste in your mouth. I have no hatreds of Hornchurch, shall we say, but I have an innate kind of hatred towards
yeah, American ownership. I was just reading in the non-league paper, listeners, as I came out. I'm just trying to find my notes. I did make a bloke called Peter Freund, who owns a minor league baseball side, the Memphis 901s, and also now he owns a little slice of the New York Yankees, not the big slice, the small slice, but the largest slice of Dagenham and Redbridge. So he's a man that's spreading his investment seed far and wide, so to speak. Today's visit says our Aldershot town. That's a funny little ground. Never been to Aldershot, Harry?
No, I've never been.
I went to Aldershot in the mid-70s. We drew them in the League Cup, and they used to play as a preliminary round. And Aldershot's ground, it was still the same ground, and I haven't been there since. So what are we talking about now? 1975, 6, 40 years ago, 50 years ago coming up to, wasn't it? Yeah, 50 years ago. It was in a park. You had to walk for an actual park to get there, and I'm sure the turnstiles doubled up as like park ornaments in the daytime. You walk, and there was a pitch there with 3 sides of terracing, and one end was just a net to stop the ball going down the road. So that's a nice guy. I've always felt a bit of a sympathy for Aldershot ever since.
So I double tell it.
Harry's eyes are letting him down. He thinks it says dig a dagger, but he thought it would dig a dogger. I think that goes on, mate. But I'm a partaker in it.
It wasn't the banner, it's that sign away to our right hand side, which is a lot further away. And the A's not a capital A. So any budding sign writers out there, I know Crystal Palace are probably listening to this. Don't fuck up the little A in Palace.
Dig a dogger. Team news. I don't know any of these players. I did notice that Steve Gritt is assistant manager here to a guy called Daryl McElroy. Steve Gritt, ex-Millwall assistant manager in the glory season of 2000-2001, of course. Don't know any of those names. Starting 11, Justin, Wright, Zuma, Reynolds, Ling, yes, was he Orient?
Martin Ling's son, possibly?
Maybe. Robinson, Sagath, Villetti, Balanto's captain, Morias.
It's not Curtis Weston, is it?
Number 11 is Weston. We'll see. He's on the bench if he is. And I can be on playing number 21 on his back. You may find yourself at Victoria Road, wondering why did you do it?
Why did I get here?
How did I get here?
I'll be totally honest, I thought all the Premier League games kicked off at 8 o'clock tonight, so I was going to go home and watch them all on Amazon. And because that's all there is to do.
No, there isn't. There's always non-league football, Harry.
There is.
We did Hornchurch. We're doing a little round that kind of Essex meets London kind of lower league venues, aren't we?
London Borough. I think they're both London boroughs.
Anyway, it's a shaft of sunshine on a grey day. I've driven up there in murk and gloom, and there's suddenly a beam of sunshine, like the Almighty himself illuminating us at this godforsaken location. Right in our eyes, dear listeners. Just looking at the table, Dagenham and Redbridge in 11th each. Mid-table really, but the thing is I noticed in the National League, this is a National League fixture, is that the playoffs started from the 7th position upwards, so you're actually in touch with it from a fairly middle of a diddle position really, aren't you?
Yeah.
Aldershot are 3 places above the relegation zone in 18th ahead of today's game. I did notice that Dagenham had got a little bit of form. They won at Dover on Saturday, although Dover are bottom place side on -8 thanks to a huge penalty for not taking part in last season. Aldershot so in the form tables.
Southend United, I mean, look at
Southend, yeah. Well, yeah, actually, above Southend. How bizarre is that?
I mean, what was that? For 2 minutes? Not
That's football.
So long ago.
That's football. They were in the we pushed them out of the playoff spot, which ended up in joy and happiness, of course. And now here they are, underneath Aldershot, 2 places above the bottom 3. That takes you down to the National League South, which is Hornchurch and the like, you know. We won't do any in-game commentary for this National League fixture, dear listeners. You don't expect that, you don't get it, you don't want it. But we will check in after any moments of note or any events of vague interest, Harry.
Vague interest.
Vague interest.
Wish this sun would fuck off.
We're really selling this podcast to you, aren't we?
14 players.
Talking about the EFL, Harry, I mean, the big talking point, obviously, Millwall's got to play tomorrow. They've got 14 fit players, one of which includes the coach driver, apparently.
Well, I did get a call from Gary Rowett, but we have creative differences.
Mill having to play tomorrow night at Coventry, despite having only 14 fit players. I don't know if that included under 23s or just first team members.
See, this would have been looking at it. They could have brought in December. See, this is what annoys me about it. Is we all get caught up on the Premier League, and you've got Klopp, Ranić, and fucking. Yeah. I hate their version of Mr. By for now, ruining my point. But
it was a really good point as well.
The point is that. They're all moaning. They've got bigger squads, right? These teams. Klopp's point about them playing in the Champions League is a non-starter for me because their 18-year-olds, their 23-year-olds have been poached for next to no money from every single football league club, and you can't moan. Whereas the Championship, there should be a rule where the kids don't have to be registered to play because it's an ideal. I mean, Millwall's youth team from a couple of years ago who went all the way to the quarter-final will now be what, 18, 19 maybe?
Must be, yeah. Yeah, I agree. Anyway, the teams are on the pitch. Yellows, I believe, is that Aldershot in yellow?
I don't think they're wearing a home kit.
It must be, because the blues are Dagenham and Redbridge. So Dagenham wearing all blue, because it's shelters away kit day for homeless people. So Dagenham and Redbridge are in kind of a red and blue number. Aldershot wearing all yellow.
It's almost purple, that.
Digger dagger, not digger dogger. Oh. That's the first time I've heard it, other than the obvious place.
Yeah. You will, won't you? It gets booed at West Ham. Everyone knows what West Ham says it gets booed. It just don't get picked up.
No,
it gets written down.
that's interesting. I'll leave that in.
Yeah,
we might destroy non-league football rather than well, everywhere else we've been to, and I'm making no comment on it, but everywhere else we've been to, I've been to Welling United, I've been to Ebbsfleet, we went to Hornchurch.
Yep.
They got applauded, didn't it?
Yep.
Not here.
Not
interesting.
Yet, no.
Dagenham's kit is purple, listeners. I thought it might be like a Barcelona-style red and blue affair, but it's actually a mauve shirt with blue shorts.
Weird.
Sun's still in my eyes. As we said at the start, it is a pleasingly rustic old school ground, and the toilets were, I don't know about pleasingly, but they were very rustic age. I don't know if you've availed yourself of those, but
very agricultural.
old school is the best description I can give to listeners.
£4.50 for a burger.
Well, we're just talking about we're standing on terracing, £15. Seemed strong to me. Strong?
It's 20 quid to sit down.
That was strong. I didn't. I thought I might as well, my old legs listeners, But 20 quid just seemed too steep. I don't know. Some prices just seem a bit too much for the product on offer, Harry.
I don't know whether or not it's. I don't know if that's their usual price. Maybe that this is like their Boxing Day features.
It's a chance for a big crowd. Also, Aldershot moderately close clubs, so I suppose a chance for the weight.
I think it's probably about what 500.
A couple of hundred, a few hundred. Yeah, they're down at their way in.
It's quite a lot up in that top corner.
So maybe a chance to get some money together. And I don't blame him for that. But I must admit, I nearly balked at it. I was going to get one, and if I see if Harry's up for it before I bought it, and he was.
Yeah, I didn't know the 3 o'clock Premier League kick-offs were on.
This is a real thing, mate. It's a real thing. It's a real chance of the game. Aldershot shooting over from distance. A couple of scrapes earlier on. Broke out for Dagenham, but the striker miscued his shot totally, like me walking across that park over the back alley there. Other than that, it's been Gary Rowett style passing and hoofing, really, isn't it?
Passing and hoofing. I like the hoofing, not so much the passing. The passing when it's done well.
Passing in inconsequential areas.
Yeah.
Oh, no, here we go. Let's stay with it for a sec. We're dispossessed easily enough there. So we're sitting now 8 minutes into the game, dear listeners, and nothing hugely exciting to report so far.
Aldershot come here. Aldershot come here to defend, don't they? Like literally, it might as well be 5-4-1.
Well, I suppose if you look at the table, they're fighting they won every point, don't they?
We should have gone and watched Southend today, Nick. We should have watched some comedy value.
I was going to suggest Concord. They play down on Candy, don't they?
Oh yeah. Big hashtag Derby, hashtag United. You're aware of their work, Nick? Hashtag United.
Yeah, an online side, aren't they?
They are. They've got a men's
like a YouTube
team.
site?
Yeah, they are all based around YouTube and Twitter, and they've got a men's team. They've got a women's team.
They've done quite a big noise, haven't they?
They got a lot of money, mate. That's what happens when you're a successful YouTuber. Not that many around the Millwall scene, but no.
Quality is pretty poor, Harry, isn't it? I mean, I was watching National League, Bromley versus Southend, and the quality weren't too bad there. I mean, I'd say that both teams lacked, obviously, finesse, but it was at least better than what we're watching this afternoon.
It's just absolutely spooned one from the right back aiming to get the left back. No, the right back trying to hit the left winger. Absolutely spooned one off his shin. So yeah, I think it underlies what you're saying. It's
been poor so far.
I don't know. When did they play last? They play on Boxing Day. Is this a 2-day turnaround?
They played on it's 48 hours ago. They played Dover and won it 2-0.
That's hard work. That.
Yeah. So maybe we should be a bit more forgiving. But 28 minutes in, there's not been huge amounts to report. It's got to be said. That said, it's nice to be out in the fresh air on Christmas. Yeah. That kind of strange Christmas, middle of nothing kind of zone.
How long we're going to be allowed to keep going to football matches? We might end up having to come over Dagenham all the time.
20 pulled down the middle to 21 is clear. They're trying to play some football, Harry. They're trying to pass it down the middle and out to the flanks.
Yeah. I feel like if they could manage to get one, it might be a cricket score. Because I feel like Aldershot's player needs to come here and hold on for as long as possible. Yeah, they're kind of clinging a little bit, aren't they?
Both sides want to play the ball out from defence, and I suppose my 1970s mind always struggles with that a little bit because you're forever on the brink of getting caught in possession. And at this level, I don't know, it just seems like a risk too far. You're not Manchester City, are you?
No, I mean, I always feel like you should play with two up front at this level.
I would agree, but everyone's in love now with playing football the right way, so called, you know. Anyway, it's the left-sided corner. We're on 30, coming on 31 minutes. Ball in the middle, that's better, but up and away.
It's not away. Now
it's away. Ball into the box, he falls to the 24 in front of goal. Can he get a shot away? 21, he can't. Plenty of yellow shirts in front of him. A little moment of flurry of excitement. It's quite nice to see it, actually. It's been a fairly dull game, but that's the first bit of raw football area, you know. Covers all 32 minutes. There was some footage online, I don't know if you saw it, Dorking versus...
Oh yeah, I did see that.
Epsom and Newell.
Yeah.
Actual full-scale brawl, you know. I mean, yeah. I think the bloke lost the plot, didn't he?
One guy, he sort of went he went cannonball, didn't he? Sort of like Paul Sock.
Red mist time, you know.
Yeah,
we're
Paul
thinking
Sykes or whatever.
They've just trying to hit the referee, I think.
Yeah, he sort of barged his way. Like, I didn't see what the referee said to him, but he seemed to have calmed down.
He showed him a red, but then because it's mobile phone footage, so it's quite hard to follow the nuance of what happened. But the player got shown a red, and then someone else might have said something. I don't know.
But he just went.
Then he lost the plot. Started throwing punches in all directions, didn't he?
Apparently, I saw there was the team. The team that he was playing for released him already. Like,
oh yeah, they made us straight. I mean, that's the first thing you're going to do, isn't it? Really, then you've got to somehow talk your way out of it.
Well, yeah.
The league.
I'm assuming that's going to be a life ban.
I would think, yeah. It's all on video, isn't it?
I mean, even at our level, like on a Saturday over South Bank, you could do 10. I think someone said something to the referee, and they got 14 weeks.
Well, they do get a lot of it. I mean, I know they're always the butt of everyone's venom, aren't they, the referee? But Steve's throwing punches at him.
Well, yeah, true. But I mean, it's a serious point. I think it should be free. I think the course should be free.
The refereeing course?
I think the refereeing course. I think the FA have got enough money to make the refereeing course free.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, the point is that most of these confrontations are caused by frustrations, right? Yeah. And if we ain't got enough referees, we definitely ain't got enough assistant referees, right? So the referees. How many times have we got action or hold
action?
The
ball? Yeah, Aldershot on the attack here, on the edge of the Dagenham penalty area. They kept the ball quite nicely, balled into the middle.
Over the back, he fell over.
There's a lot of stumbling going on at critical moments.
Yeah. No, I feel like a lot of people are playing in moulds and they need proper studs. And these numerous yellow boots that Nick likes so much, listeners. It's done well then.
Shot on, just over the bar, not on target, just over the bar.
Yeah, the point is that how many times do we hear sort of watching a game on telly like Man United, or you'll watch Sky or Amazon or wherever it's on, and they'll go, the referee needs help from his assistant. I mean, look, they've even got VAR now to help them.
Aren't they normally referees in training at linesmen or assistant referees?
They can be, but if you haven't got enough to stick into like a Sunday league, a Saturday league,
different level,
then normally it's two parents or the managers agree.
Yeah.
And now obviously that, all it takes is human nature is that you want to win, right? So a marginal decision, human nature, you're going to give your way, right?
Yeah. Especially with your boy out there.
Right. Problem is that, to a point, that's not helping the referees either, because they have to be able to trust on you. So a lot of them don't let them do anything, and it builds up, and it's people's release and whatever. But the more people you have doing the refereeing course, in theory, the standard should get better, because the more people that do it, in theory, you've got more opportunity for the good ones to get through.
Pulled into the box here from Dagenham. There's a header just marginally wide left, actually. It wasn't a bad little header. It didn't really get hold of it. What's that, 37 minutes? Struggling to see the scoreboard from here, listeners, but I think it's about 37 minutes gone. From Dagenham, goes a 10 in front of goal, Wakina. 1-0 Dagenham, the 10 puts it away very, very nicely. On 38 minutes, I think that is Harry. That was a nice play from defence, mate, actually.
Nice little flick inside from the 21. Yep. Nice header. He took it really well, the 10. Kept his feet really well on the edge of the box. Could have gone down. Chipped the keeper.
We're talking about quality. That's probably about the first time we've seen any quality at all in the game. Nicely done. Nicely finished. 1-0 Dagenham. 39 minutes. 40, coming towards 42 minutes. It's going to be a long throw for Aldershot. I do like a long throw, listeners. In it comes. Actually, yeah. Everyone does it now. It used to be quite a rarity, but now everyone's at it. That went nowhere, by the way. Like being tattooed, once upon a time is the mark of the outsider. Now everyone's got it.
Now it's more outside-ish, not.
It's not to everyone. It's interesting, for all the football, both sides have tried to play in their different ways with different levels. It's actually been the direct stuff that's caused the problems.
Yeah.
How many times we said that as well? That was actually a decent ball out of defence by the goalkeeper. Now giving Dagenham a chance for a long throw, or a short throw as it turns out, at the Aldershot end.
See, they had all that possession. They were in line with that. I'll never work that out. They were in line with the opposition's penalty area. They played one pass on the turn, and they played back to a defender who's now giving it away. And they've lost, 20 yards of possession?
Yeah. It's been a scrappy half, and there it is.
Put the lights on.
1-0 half-time to Dagenham. It's a really scrappy game overall, H. I mean, not an awful lot of quality, apart from the goal, really.
No.
Really illuminated it.
That's it. I suppose Dagenham will be quite happy. Aldershot will be
Unhappy?
unhappy, and that'll be half
They
time.
lack the ability to do anything about it.
No, I think so.
Half time 1-0, Dagenham.
Achtung, Millwall.
Second half is underway, hence the respectful silence that's fallen over the ground.
It's like attending the sickbed of an elderly relative. You win tonight, it's what? 65 million on the Euro Millions, right?
Yeah.
You win the Euro Millions, now you're not going to buy, that wouldn't buy a lot of Premier League clubs. And even if you did, you wouldn't be able to do anything with them. So
I wouldn't buy another club, no. I mean, I would, if I had the money, talking about lotto money, that kind of level, I'd probably do the best I could at Millwall in terms of maybe get a box or something, or depending on the level of money we're talking about, and I don't know, the best seats, exec seats, one where you got a bit of padding, going in, sit in the bar, all that kind of thing.
all that carry on.
I don't think I'd buy into something like this, or another club,
Yeah.
Wouldn't they buy Hornchurch and start to launch them towards a big time, would you?
Yeah, well, that's just draining
Would
your
you do
money.
that? Would you get into football?
I don't think I do. I think I'm more likely to. I'd probably be more likely to buy Formula One or some kind of classic car that I could race on a Sunday for half the year.
I suppose there's levels. I mean, Formula One will be, you're talking about the Saudi Arabian levels.
Yeah. So I'm talking about like if you were,
maybe Formula's 3, 2 or whatever they have.
Well, you can buy there's classic championships, so you can turn up and sort of
What's Formula Ford? Is that?
Like Formula Ford. That's probably about $100,000 for the year to run one of them. So
something like that, maybe.
Yeah, you can do that. Saw on telly, like stuff like that.
Yeah, no, they show it. I know they show it on the channels.
Probably do something like that. That's like that could be, and then you're a gentleman racer and all this kind of stuff.
I quite like the idea of being like I don't know, like the main man, where people kind of laugh at your jokes because you're in charge. All your money is funding it. That appeals to me,
Is that what Beryl's got?
Well, no one dare say anything bad in case you ban them or something.
Well, I think no one dare say anything bad about Berylson just because he's funding it with 30 million quid of his own money.
Well, Bristol City, 38 million. I mean, I suppose it is an eye-opener as to, we're not doing brilliantly, of course, but it is an eye-opener when you see other clubs. You don't see that very often. Ball's gone on the roof.
It's all right. When do you reckon I'll get it back?
I don't know if it falls off on the other side or if you have to go up and get it.
That goes out into the car park. If it goes over this side, it ends up in the trading estate with Screwfix and
down the road over there, and we're backing onto the houses there.
Yeah. See, if I'm the house there that's covered in ivy, I'd have I'd be trying to get planning permission to have an extension on the right-hand side just so I can watch out. And charge.
You want to look out your window and watch it, wouldn't you? But I suppose that's why they got the advertising boardings up there, so you can't do it.
I suppose you could go up. Can't stop you from going up, could they?
I don't know.
What would be the council's excuse to say?
I wouldn't have thought there's much demand to sell your balcony seats. Not like Fenway Park, Boston, where you get the roof seats.
Or not just Fenway. Where's the other one?
Chicago White Sox somewhere.
No, it's the Cubs, isn't it? It's
there's like a roof scene, isn't there?
Wrigleyville.
There's a bloke standing in front of us, Harry, with a drip on him. There's a drip off the roof. Actually, it's coming through the roof above us. Dripping on him, but yeah, you would move, wouldn't you? I would move if there was a drip on me. I wouldn't be dripped upon, having paid money for the pleasure.
15 quid for the pleasure to be dripped on.
15. We paid 12 grand. How much we paid to get on?
Very BDS.
Was it under 10 to get on?
I think it was a fiver, wasn't it?
Was it?
Not bad. I suppose it's a few levels below. But
£20 to sit down seems steep over on the other side of the ground, I must say.
I don't know. A lot of people are taking it up though. It looks full over there, Nick.
Left-sided corner. The Dagenham. Across the face of goal. Chance. 55 minutes. I suppose if you're talking the Hollywood set, like the owner, Peter Neuer, talks about Ryan Reynolds and Wrexham, and he wants to get in on the the kind of the Hollywood glamour, you've got to charge a few quid for that, and you're not going to get it for nothing.
Yeah, I suppose.
Not much evidence of glamour around here, is there?
Glamour there is not.
It's very Dagenham.
Gemma Collins is their own version of fucking glamour around here.
Alice Ross, number 10.
Double substitution rule to show H. They need to do something. They're not going to get back in the game at the moment, are they? Whatever changes they've made, nothing's worked so far for them.
No.
A little bit more intent from Aldershot, Harry. Nice little move down the wing there. Some nice control. Ball across the box.
879, of which 286 were away fans. Thank you very much for your support.
How many did you say?
2008.
2000. Okay.
2000 and something hundred.
The last game, Dagenham's last game was about 1300. I was looking on the non-league paper, dear listeners. Drop that. That's not bad. It's a holiday crowd, isn't it? 64 minutes, 1-0 still to Dagenham and Redbridge. It's been a bit more open. Aldershot are having to come forwards a little bit more. Still lack of quality, Harry.
Yeah, you can see why they're mid-table, right?
Yeah.
They miss a ball playing centre back, and they miss a 10. Like most football clubs will turn around and say that's what they miss in the
including
system.
Millwall. Nice take and turn by the 7 on the left side. Good, well saved actually, Harry.
Good save, very good.
67 minutes. Halfway through the second half. He's looked quite lively since he's come into the game, 7. So it's going to be a left-sided corner. That would liven up an Aldershot goal. As it is, it's a Dagenham corner.
There have been
Here it comes. Oh, should have scored that. Free header inside the box. Inside the 6-yard box. Free header downwards.
So it was harder to miss than it was to score.
Yeah, I don't know how he's missed that. He's trying to put it downwards and wide somehow. Free header. There we are. Screamer of a chance. So what should we do next on our sojourn round the non-league grounds of Essex, London, Hinterland age?
I know, I suppose Southend's got to be on the horizon.
Southend must be. It's got to be a goal, isn't it?
It's got to be on the horizon just to have a fucking laugh. It's a shame that fucking Phil Brown ain't still there. Really. You're going to have a good old laugh at him.
Southend it is then. We'll find an appropriate fixture at some point. Hopefully in the warmer months, listeners.
Warmer months. Is it ever warm in Southend? I remember whenever we were in the same league as them, we always got them in like fucking January.
They didn't want the bank holiday crowd going down there, did they?
Jesus Christ.
Oh dear.
Can
you imagine that?
The seafront discarded with Millwall.
Like Mods versus Rockers again, wouldn't it? It's 1960s.
It's got that, like, when you go Brighton away, that because their ground's so far away from
it's out
Brighton,
there in,
like
near the university as well. It's a different vibe inside.
Yeah, like Blackpool's probably the only other one. I think we've got them in January this season as well.
Yeah, I was going to go up there, but I've decided against it. I've never been to Blackpool.
Have you really not?
No, I've never been.
Were you going to take Mrs. Hart?
I was going to take Mrs. Hart and show her a good time in Blackpool. You know.
Go to the top of the tower.
I see. Pick at the fish and chip shops, you know.
Yeah, get a kiss.
Whatever you want, darling.
Get a kiss me
Take
quick
your
hat.
pick.
Get me a kiss me quick hat. Like a jolly boys out.
Oh dear, no, I've never been to Blackpool, so but I've decided I think I'll save up for a proper holiday later in the year. The money I would have spent on it, you know.
Oh, proper holiday.
Yeah, one where you might go with some modicum of enjoying yourself. Yeah. Oh, rather Millwall Blackpool.
You saving it up for them playoff tickets, Nick?
It looks a long way off at the moment, doesn't it? Oh dear. John Daddy Budvarsson possibly starting tomorrow. It does look a long way.
Oh, I'll tell you what, I can't wait. I might order in a takeaway tomorrow night just so I can get.
You was going to go up there, weren't you? You were going to drive up?
I was going to go, but the club had the weird idea that you had to. So they took the tickets off sale, right? So today we bought these tickets yesterday. It's an e-ticket.
It's all very easy. That's one thing I was going to say actually.
Yeah.
How easy was it to buy tickets for this?
Yeah, I know, right?
Dead easy.
No, like you made an account. You told them where you lived. That was it. But
they beam you. They send it to your mobile. You don't even shift off your arse, do you?
Number 32, Bradley Webb is number 18.
Leave aside the cost, the actual process. And I found this at Welling the other week when I went there, and Ebbsfleet. It's click the night before. They send you a PDF file for your phone.
Right.
It's so easy.
Right, exactly, right.
Now, what was your experience in Millwall?
Right, so every single time this season I've tried to log into the ticketing website, it tells me I've got tickets in the basket when I haven't got tickets in the basket, right? So I've had to ring them on numerous occasions. And the club decided to take the Bristol City tickets and the Coventry tickets off sale early because they've had to close the ticket office because of COVID. Which, again, it's not their fault about tickets.
No, not COVID, but...
Nor COVID, but surely we are at a...
In front of goal, 23 off the line by the Dagenham defence there. 23 did really nicely there. He took and turned quite. I thought there was a moment there.
Three ricochets that come to him.
73rd minute.
As I was saying, yeah. So they've got the tickets and they couldn't post them out to you in time. So therefore they took them off sale. Which
it's one thing that's really struck me though with the non-league. I know maybe it's a different world. I don't know, and I'm not going to make any comment beyond the fact that it's been dead easy to get tickets for here today. Dagenham versus Aldershot. I only decided yesterday, Harry, didn't we? When we said we fancy it, and then they said you do click online. They beam you with the PDF file, and you keep it on your phone and show it at the turnstile. Dead easy.
They scan it, make sure it's a real one, and
that's it. You're in. Same for Ebbsfleet, who are lower level still. Same deal.
Church was a raffle ticket.
Yeah, that was card payment on the turnstile.
On the turnstile, yeah. £1 a day.
And when I went to Welling, that was also click, and they send you a PDF file. Same thing. Non-league clubs, Harry. National League South clubs. Old Church.
What are you insinuating?
Where did the young people go now, Harry? Not Fallaraki, clearly. I just committed a faux pas by suggesting Fallaraki as a venue for his summer holidays.
Well, I think that on the same island, the result is
Ibiza.
Replacing Angelo Ballanto.
I think the locations are Ibiza, Marbella, Vegas, or Bulgaria. Seems to be
11 miles western.
Miles West, not Curtis Western.
Tony Payne.
I love how they're all individually sponsored and they read them out when they come on. It's got a nice touch.
Well, I suppose that is nice because you've paid your money. It's like, you can sponsor players in the Millwall programme, but you don't get that, do you, when they come on?
No, you get to go upstairs into.
You get to give them a ball after the game or shake their hand and get a photo taken with them, something of that kind,
Yeah.
That's quite a nice idea.
Yeah. John Daddy Bob Varson sponsored by Block 1.
Coach 1.
That's what. The lights
You've been arrested by Lurch, sponsored by.
I don't know if anyone else has caught this. I know it's supposed to be Achtung Grassroots, but at the last home game that we went to, there was a steward who wears a glove. Have you seen the special fucking flare man?
No.
He stands in front of the Dockers, and he's like the lead guy of the Dockers stewards.
He's the head honcho.
He's the lurch of our side of the ground.
Okay.
And he comes running along with a glove, and he tells everyone to stay away from it. He's got a big fucking fire glove up, ready for flares.
Is he the flare man? Then?
He's the one that runs over
Who
for
gets
the
flares for the pyro?
Yeah, but he's sort of like, he's the top man. He's the top guy.
Well, he must be if he's handling flame,
Yeah.
At the risk of sounding something like Digger Doggo, I'm admiring Harry's leather gloves he's got on. Very nice. Keep your hands warm.
Fucking when I go to do the football on the Sunday, the scouting, I've realised that having a pen in your hand for 90 minutes.
It gets very, or having a recording device in your hand.
It gets
like I have now, listen.
It's very, very cold, so I've tried many a leather glove to try and get ones that I can still grip the pen and feel what I'm writing. So yeah. No good for your phone though, this is the problem. You can't use a phone at the same time.
Digger Dogger indeed. Going on the break, down the left, ball into the middle. That should be. Oh, he's badly put that right, Harry.
I don't know.
Ball break down the left, nice cross. The oncoming forward who managed to slap it wide when the goal was yawning in front of him.
We ain't going to see another one today, are we?
No, we're not, mate. 83rd minute. Incredible. I've seen nobody here on either side that would catch the eye of anyone from a high level. Have you?
No.
Nothing.
Maybe the keeper, Dagenham's keeper.
Only just. Yeah.
Distribution-wise.
He's looked solid.
Possibly a need to.
The defender, the 28, doesn't look bad. But it wouldn't be reaching out to me.
I'm thinking the reason I'm thinking of the keeper is that everyone likes playing out from the back now, and he's probably. I don't know how many good non-league keepers there are with their feet. I might be playing a disservice, but it does look, despite being relatively tall and looking like a goalkeeper, it's good.
Shot in from the right, another shot into the side netting from the right. Not going to happen today, Aaron.
No, I mean, ridiculous. I mean, what's that now? 4 or 5 chances?
Yeah.
Aldershot are doing, they're just now absolutely spinning balls into each other.
They had a little few minutes where they started to look like they might want to get forwards, but they've really gone onto the back foot now.
Yeah. It's weird. It's like when they have to play, they can't play. Like if you press them, they can't do it.
No.
But if they stand off them, they give them time. They actually play all right football.
Yeah. I've never understood people leaving early from football matches where it's only 1 goal game. I mean, it could still be.
You can have all 3 results.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we've got what 5 minutes to go. Maybe less. Quite hard to see the clock from where we're standing. But anyway, 1-0. Anything can still be possible, can't it? And you want to get on the bus and make sure you get a seat. You know, it's odd.
Paid 15 quid for the privilege.
Yeah, I find it quite odd. Never understood it.
I understand if you've got to go somewhere or something.
Well, but that's not on this scale. Not everyone's got to go and make an event, a function. Here comes Aldershot down the left, as I'm saying, at 4. Ball back. Shot from the hills. Well over the bar. Into the digger dogger sign. It's been quite nice. Not been a great game, but it's quite nice to get out to the football on a Christmas afternoon, Harry.
It is.
The last game I went to was a Peterborough game, and it seems like a long time. Seems like a very long time, son, doesn't it? With Christmas in the way. So, you know.
It's the build up to the. Who we got? It's the build up to the fucking Palace game.
Well, so far so good. I mean, no restrictions announced by the government, so you know, hopefully we better go to it.
Well, I think we've got one big event on the horizon that, if there is going to be any mass spreading, it is that one night of the year.
Well, New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Late corner for Dagenham. Very ball given away very cheaply by Aldershot in the middle of the park. 89 minutes, is that, Harry?
I think so.
Last few seconds of regular time. Ball breaks on the left. It's the 24 inside the box. That shot is deflected upwards and the goalkeeper takes reasonably comfortably. 4 minutes of overtime.
2 minutes.
Long ball forwards from the free kick. No. Ball cleared by the Dagenham defence. Aldershot do recover it. We'll stay with this whilst they're they win a free kick about halfway inside Dagenham half. Probably last chance saloon from there, Harry. There's not been much to shout about from the Aldershot perspective. 46, 2 minutes to go. I'm kind of willing it in, aren't you?
Yes. Just for some comment.
Right-sided free kick about halfway inside the Dagenham half. Aldershot pushed everyone forwards. It's nice to see him get something, actually. Undeserved, as Harry said. Ball floats in to the middle, 20. Let it back from where it came. Almost took his chin off that bloke there.
Yeah,
The 7. He's recovered well, he's run it off. That should be the end of Aldershot's afternoon, I reckon. Yellow card, probably about right, I reckon.
Yeah, I think it was fair. And the mass
trail for the exits. Have you enjoyed your afternoon?
I think this is worse than Hornchurch.
Oh, this is a bit poorer game than Hornchurch. There was actually some fairly spectacular goals in that Hornchurch match, if you think back. I know it was a cold, kind of drab game overall, but there were some spectacles to look at. But this has had very little. I mean, the goal's been about the only moment worth the mention, really.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say this was much of an advert for non-league football, would you?
No.
Wouldn't attract me back in a hurry, you know.
No, well, I'd rather go and watch.
I'd rather go and watch Hornchurch, to be honest.
I would. And they were mid-table as well.
That's right.
Maybe we should be going for the top end of these leagues, Nick. Or the bottom. You know, Southend versus the top team.
Southend's the logical next move. We'll sort that out.
Only if they're playing a team in the top 6, I think.
And it's bank holiday weekend and the tasty opponents. I don't know.
And it's 30 degrees. Rather than 3.
Maybe they're playing in Marbella. We'll go with that one.
Yeah, Marbella. Yeah. Well, the one that I want to go and watch is the Venetia.
Oh
FC.
yeah, Venetia. Yeah.
Fucking best looking away day in the world, I think.
They've got like the there's a seaside resort nearby there, isn't there? You've got a beach nearby, so you've got all that, and you've got the Venice and the football. You've got the art scene and the culture.
I mean, that,
you like a bit of culture.
I mean, if we're going to do that, we could do the
European ground up in there.
Yeah, that's the friendly Millwall versus Venice.
There it is, full time. Dagenham 1, Aldershot 0. I think we've said it all, Harry. I'm going to close the show there. Big thank you to Harry Warren for coming along to this afternoon.
No problem, Nick. Always a pleasure. Football is always the winner.
There we are, dear listeners. That's the end of Achtung Grassroots. We'll be back soon.
Achtung, Millwall.